Hi, this is Sive Morten with the daily update on EuroFX. I post my exclusive market overviews with the key political and economical events, charts, and important levels on the ForexPeaceArmy.com forums weekly. This short video is a response to rapidly changing situation on the currency markets and should help you to stay on top of the game and be profitable. I suggest you to visit ForexPeaceArmy.com forum and read my analysis for the week before watching this daily video.
Greetings everybody, let's take a look again on the gold market. As you can see, a miracle hasn't happened, and the positive numbers and actually numbers were spot on to the expectations, which happens relatively rare, especially when I talk about the preliminary numbers. But anyway, numbers were precisely 4% as market expected to get, and reaction was, well, actually anemic. So you can see this initially market has started the upward action, but then very fast returns back and erased this upward continuation. So how better to treat these results? So we already talked about a few minutes ago in a euro currency video. Here I would say just two things. That first of all, it might be the confirmation that indeed there is something stand behind the rising of the interest rates in December. So initially our suggestion, one of our theories, suggestions was that maybe it was just some emotional or speculative action which pushed up the interest rates in anticipation of the Joe Biden's victory. Currently, its numbers were relatively poor, but we do not see a returning back of the markets to the previous driving factors such as the poor and dovish Fed policy accompanied with a lot of stimulus. These driving factors, it seems, currently losing their importance. The market do not want to bet on them anymore because for our 4% growth is relatively small. That's just low inflation for a long time, at least for a few months, definitely. But anyway, that hasn't led to drop of the United States dollar. You can see reaction on the arrivals on the gold market and the euro currency as well. Second suggestion is that maybe markets treat this action as a positive. I mean, 4% they treat as a positive compared to other economies. For example, the United Kingdom it was minus 2.3% gross domestic product, and in Germany it also was negative around 3%. So 4% positive area might be treated as the good numbers in general. In this case, it also confirms that something stands behind the interest rates action. And today, if you will take a look at the 10-year United States Treasury yield, you could see reaction in the numbers. You can see the sell-off on the treasuries. That is an action in favor of the inflationary pressure. Yes, it's not very significant. This is actually 4-hour time frame chart. It's a reaction, but still the rising interest rates back up. It's always the negative factor for the gold, for the euro currency and others, because it suggests greater yield for the United States dollar assets, and it press on different assets, especially on the gold, because it's not bearing interest-bearing assets. So that's maybe one of the some reasons why we do not see strong reaction on the gold market. So at the same time, this just supports our concern that situation could change. And as we said in our weekly report, we think that it should happen as market will come close to the second half of the year. But currently, you can see that gold still stands under pressure. On the daily chart in particular, we do not need to change something. So you can see the grabber is still valid, trend stands bearish, market showing downward action, reaction on the gross domestic product was small. In general, you could recognize here a kind of the hand and shoulders pattern. But guys, this reaction is not as it should be when you're dealing with the kind of the hand and shoulders. Because just consider what we have on the 4-hour time frame chart. Recall this chart. Actually, by the taking the hindsight view, you could see how good the previous analysis has worked. So actually, one market has completed OP here. So upward action has happened, but so this is in the hindsight. Anyway, if we suggest that we have a kind of the hand and shoulders here, something of that sort, the market should want to react positive at the potential reversal point. What else market could need if we suggest that it stands bullish? What it could need additionally if it already has completed the ABCD retracement right at the support agreement. Market has formed guardrails triple to buy. Any bullish market that's natural is bullish will start upward direction right from here. Starts acceleration, especially with this gradual downside action. But what we see here, minor reaction, pullback, mostly raising reaction. Here is anemic reaction on the gross domestic product that also has not been used for this purpose, and market still stands flat here. So that tells us that it's some kind of the indecision action with some gravitation to the bearish sentiment, because to reestablish bullish context, market has erased all this stuff and jumped above this 1875 area. Erasing the grabber shows the acceleration up, starting upward direction. In this case, we could say that indeed market was able to hold here and return to idea of our possible hand and shoulders here, large passion. Currently, we do not see this type of action. And actually, it's a pretty nice distance till the moment where this setup again could become valid. Currently, it's still unclear what will happen. But with this all type of action that we see, mostly it looks, well, heavy. And it seems that gold stands under pressure, and in the current circumstances, well, I don't want to take the long positions definitely. And maybe we will see some downside acceleration. Market just need to sleep with these numbers and to think about it in the weekend. On the beginning of next week, probably we should get the direction. On the hourly chart, the same story. So you can see the spikes. So that was our point where we 2 days ago trying to buy the gold. Well, actually, it was able to show this upward action. But take a look what has happened. It's kind of the rejection of price. So market just shows the reaction, but then immediately it was erased. This is always looks bearish. All this stuff stands below this trend line and actually below the major resistance 1865, 1875 area. So we do not see really positive bullish shifts on the price action currently in the gold.